The Association of the U.S. Army held its annual conference in Washington this week. It's an A-list event where military and civilian leaders present operational and spending strategies, and where defense firms get to show off latest technologies and tools of the trade. Jen Judson is a land warfare expert with Defense News. She just won the 2018 Defense Media Award for Best Young Journalist, and she joins us now from this mega event. Jen, so how did this year's event differ from previous years? Was there more emphasis on threats from Russia and China, and perhaps less on counterterrorism?
So this is actually the biggest AUSA that we've had probably in about 6 years. I think they were expecting about 30,000 participants at the show, and it definitely feels big. I've covered this for 8 years now, but I would say definitely the focus is much more on Russia and China. It's very important to the Army and the National Defense Strategy that has come out recently that we do focus on overmatch against our peer adversaries, Russia and China. So we're seeing that in terms of some of the technology and capabilities that are coming out here on the showroom floor.
And so what news actually came out of the show in terms of new weaponry, operational concepts, or planned procurement contracts?
There's so much that came out this year. It's been a really busy show. The Army actually kicked off a new 4-star command in August. They activated it. It's called Army Futures Command, and it's actually designed to focus on rapid modernization. So a lot of efforts across 6 major modernization priorities. And those 6 priorities are long-range precision fires, next-gen combat vehicle, future vertical lift, the network, air and missile defense, and soldier lethality. So we're seeing a lot from industry offering things that would fit in across those modernization priorities. But the other goal for this new command that's actually based in Austin, Texas, is the idea of moving more quickly, more like Silicon Valley, incorporating new technologies quicker and prototyping faster. So this is not something we're used to seeing with the Army.
So tell us about the Israeli presence at the show, and more importantly, what Israeli technologies is the U.S. Army planning to buy or test in the coming years?
So this is actually a really exciting time, I think, for some of the Israeli technology, because the Army is moving so quickly, and they're looking for interim solutions for things that they've somewhat let atrophy during counterterrorism type activity. So now that they're more focused on decisive lethality, they're looking at quickly finding a way to improve their indirect fire protection capability. That's something that the Army's been working on, but they haven't been moving very quickly. And they have a big gap in cruise missile defense. And so one of the ways that we're seeing is a possibility for potentially Iron Dome to make its way into U.S. forces. It's obviously a partnership between Rafael and Raytheon here, and the U.S. has invested quite a bit in Iron Dome. But Iron Dome is seen as a potential for an interim solution for cruise missile defense here. So that's one thing we're seeing. The other are active protection systems. The Army has spent the last couple of years qualifying and characterizing a couple systems on their various combat vehicles. Trophy, Rafael's active protection system, is going on the Abrams tank. And then we're also seeing the potential for IMI's system on Bradley. They have not yet made a decision on that, but we're also seeing the opportunity for Rafael to test a lighter system, their lighter APS system, on a Stryker combat vehicle here in the U.S. So lots of opportunities there as well as interceptors. The U.S. Army is looking at the Tamir interceptor as a possibility for also for the indirect fire protection capability system.